Hi guys, welcome back. In this tutorial I'll look at annotation and I'll look at views. So if we start with an annotation, if I go to Home tab, you see on your ribbon Annotate there, and if I use text, save, that is fine. If I use, I can go to my properties panel, select the size text I want. 2.5 is okay, and then I just click in there, and I can then type in that's a bedroom. And then I can come in here, lounge, here is a kitchen, and this is a bedroom. And that generally that is what it is. I mean, you can populate the rest of them, but that is hard to do it. You just use text to put the to show what is in it. I will stop this to keep our time, and then just put on the rest of them. So I'll just fill some of the other ones in, and then we shall continue. We will now continue with views. I've just put in some more text within the building just to show what the different functions are. You can see there's a bedroom, a store, a bedroom, a family lounge, and that's a bath room, and that's another bedroom. I've not done that one. You can put that one in. A corridor, a bedroom there, the main lounge, a kitchen, a store, and a bedroom. You've got an outside carport here, and then a porch, and another porch, just for to connect this lounge to the outside and this family lounge to the outside there. You can populate this as you wish. Put trees by all means around the building to make it look nice. Well, we're going to now look at views, how to look at this building using the camera. I'll just come out to any command I'm in, but I'll just cancel twice, and I'll just go to view, and then if you go to 3D view, you see the camera command, and I just need to place my camera. So if I just come to this corner and just place that camera looking that way, and just click, and it shows you that view. So if I can adjust this here, move this out a bit, and then stretch that a little bit just to fit my view window. That's a bit too much. So that's what we've got. And if we want to render that, first of all, I'll just go. I'll go to my view control bar and switch on my the shadows. So you can see the shadows have just come in. And to render it, I'll just go to the next one. It says show rendering dialog box. if I click on that, and draft is too simplistic, I always go for medium or high. So if I do the high, it takes longer, but then it's nicer and much better. And then I'll do the render. I'll switch off to do the render, and then I'll come back again to show you what the finished render. So if I click on render, and it starts the processing of it. So I'll switch off for a few minutes, and I'll come back again. Here it is still rendering, but it's slightly advanced stage now, 61% done. We'll just wait. Okay, so that's the rendered work. Obviously, there's quite a lot of things to do with the project. We've got to look at the roof composition, the roof materials, and then change that. We need to put our gutters in. We need to put downpipes in. Those are things that you can play with. If I go to save to project, and then just say OK, you see that it's just inserted a new heading here called rendering. So if we click in there, you see that's where the 3D view is. So if I just come out of this again, and let's take another view. So if we go back to level 0, let's look at it from the back this time. If we go to 3D, camera, and then if let's go from this angle. Okay. Alright, I'll just narrow that a bit. And I'll just scroll into the screen a bit. Right, okay, what we can do with this one is we can change the eye elevation, which is there. If you go to your properties palette, let's if we do that 22 meters. You can see it takes it right up, and that's a bird's eye view of the project, and it's just really changing the eye elevation in the properties palette. And if I just increase or scrolling a little bit, and all I need to do is come back here, put the shadows on again, click on the render dialog box, I'll go to high, and then I will render it, and we will come back again when it has or when it's either well advanced or when it's finished, depending on how long it takes. It will take some time again. So I'll just come out again, and then I shall come back once it's very advanced or nearly finished, or even finished. Okay, that is done. Again, you can see the rendering. I'll just save it to the project, I'll just take the default. It will now store it under renderings heading here. And if I come out of that, what we can do finally is export. If let's say we wanted to export this particular image, which is that one, you can see that's a rendered image. We can do that by just going into our application menu, going to export, and then go to images, animation, click on image, and then we will have to select it here by click, and then we will then take the appropriate rendering. In fact, we can tick on both of them if we wanted to. Just say OK. Do you want to save these settings for future sessions? No, I'll just leave that. Either you fit it to the pixels or you zoom to, you can zoom it to 100 to 100%. And JPEG medium, you can go for lossless if you want to modify it later on. Image quality, if you want to print it, 300 pixels per square inch is much better. And then you will just store it. So if you just click OK, and it will just export it to wherever it is you've asked it to put it on your computer system. So with that, we've come to the end of this case study. You can play, by all means, continue to play with this. You can continue to explore, you can continue to experiment. We wanted us to have a quick look to sort of recap all the things that we have done, starting from, we looked at the grids again in setting this up. We looked at levels, we looked at wall types, we then went on to internal, external walls. We looked at putting columns in, we did the doors, we put the windows in, then we put the roof in, looked at the site, how we might do that, which is floor functions again, and then we put in the components within the building, from the furniture to the plumbing. I've asked you to explore all the things that you could load with components on the load family, and then we then looked at the views using the camera and then rendering it, and we looked at annotation as well. So and then I think lastly we looked at exporting the image. So we have gone through quite a bit to sort of recap on the tutorials that we've done under the training using this. That is using this very simple residential, single-story residential building, a 5-bedroom home. We've seen how that could be done, and it could be done very quickly as well, which is the beauty of Revit. It is an amazing software. I'm sure you'll probably be excited by it by now at the prospects. If you've been using AutoCAD, you can see the productivity gain in using Revit to do these projects. You're modeling, and you're modeling, and then from the model, the elevations, these sections, and the views are generated automatically for you. So from here, it is to continue to explore. I hope you have joined me in doing this particular project, and you have modeled it as well yourself. It's just you should just continue to explore, to play with it, to play with the different functions, cut sections as we've done in the training through it, and perhaps even do some schedules. So I mean, there's no limit to where you can go. So this case study really is just to really summarize again and remind us afresh, or to bring to the fore of our memory what we have done during the course of the training. And it's really to continue to explore this software and get to know it, and obviously try some live projects with it. With that, we'll come to the end of the case study, and I hope you have enjoyed going through or following me and looking at the design of a very simple, what could be a very nice family single-story home. I have enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well. You have enjoyed it as well. And thank you very much.